Hey everybody, it's your boy Big L PhD, Big L PhD. I am here talking to you about my doctoral journey to get a doctorate, and just wanted to share my experiences as if we are having a conversation in a car, right? So, what I wanted to talk. I think I talked about this before. Is it worth it to get your PhD? And I kind of wanted to piggyback off of that conversation, um, whether it's worth it or not, and things along those lines. Because I came across an article talking about, um, schools closing in the future, and more importantly, jobs who are no longer going to be requiring degrees in order to get their jobs, right? So you can probably get some type of certification in lieu of a degree. Spend 3-4 months getting a certification, which is much less as far as expense, as far as time, as far as money, and then and then they will train you for whatever skills that you are lacking from that point on. Growing trend, and I don't know, I don't know or remember that original article, but then I googled it, and I'll put some Google searches up here pointing some other articles, and this talk has been going around since 2022 about persons or places not wanting, not needing, or not requiring. Um, it's kind of cold out, a little colder than I thought. It's not right. A little wanting degrees and things along those lines. So, my point is, what is your degree going to be worth? So I think that you're really going to have to weigh the cost about going back to school to getting a degree. Is it worth your time, your energy, your attention, your money? As far as if you got to take out loans, if you already have a job, if you're older, if you already have a job, and they are going to be, supplementing your degree somehow, whether it's tuition reimbursement or full out payment, or a percentage of the reimbursement, your time away from family, all the things I've talked about before, your time away from family. It's a sacrifice to not go to parties and kids games and things like that, particularly if you're older, right? So all of these things need to be weighed out by you, and the level of worthiness worthiness as to whether you should go back to school and complete your degree. I also had some other conversations with individuals who, although I also had some conversation with some other individuals talking about just the growth of the business concerning education and higher education, and whether it's worth it. Because schools may be closing. Schools are consolidating, building each other up, and there's a prediction. I'm going to be conservative as far as the next 10 years. A lot of smaller schools being overshadowed, taken over, bought out by larger institutions. Right, we'll have probably big, major, you know, flagship universities for states. And then obviously the other higher elite, universities. But the smaller so-called teaching colleges will be consumed by the large ones, right? So these are things you really, really got to think about. So as you start your doctoral journey, consider the costs again of whether it's worth it from a financial and social aspect, not just about the future finances, but your finances today, future income, I should say, what you can get future as far as income, because there is not a big percentage between a master's degree and a doctoral degree as far as finances. So is it worth the time, energy, and money, racking up more student debt, time away from your family, mental stress? Because a lot of individuals, it's not talked about enough about the individuals who go through mental stress trying to complete their doctoral degrees. All of these things really need to be taken into consideration as you go about your journey, and to do that. So really consider that, and consider the job market, right? Again, this is where I want to start this, right? Is the job market requiring, number one, a degree at all? Nevertheless, a higher degree, master's, doctoral levels, right? So is it even a requisite, right? Can they just train you? Can you just get on a job and just do what you got to do? So these are all things that I think that we really have to consider along the way, that you are going to have to consider along the way. So this is the journey that I was on. I wanted to do specific things for my journey, and again, my journey was more about. It was really about a bucket list kind of thing. I wanted this to set up my children, to set an example for them. I wanted it to be for our own personal growth, personal journey type of thing, and also some future business ventures. So my family always told me you ought to have a skill so that you can always eat, and I think that that's essential and important to having a skill, so that you can always go about doing things and go to any place you want to be, and have that skill, trade, etc., and you can translate that into ability to feed yourself. So that's some things that I'm looking at, and I want to embark on. So those are my thoughts about this particular thing. Let me know your thoughts, your opinion. What do you think about it? Look at the job market. Is it worth it? Right? Ask yourself: is it worth it for my time, energy, money? Is the payoff in the end going to be worth it? Is the job market really calling for it? Or is it just something you want to do for your own bucket list, right? Your own personal growth and development. I have no issues or problems with that. Just know what you're doing and know what you're getting yourself into. So that's my thoughts, my opinions about that. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts, your journeys, your thoughts about this, and why are you deciding to get your doctorate. Much love and peace.